how to deal with ghosting. Hey, Gosha, sociologist and psychotherapist, and today about dark side of dating. The ghosting phenomena is when somebody stops returning your messages or calls, and you basically don't know why. It's called ghosting, and it can happen, at the especially first stage of bonding or relationship or dating, when you don't know if anything develops between you two or not. And at some point, if you don't have any message back and you don't have any idea what's happening, how do you behave? So I was dealing with two cases like that recently, and I just had some reflection about it, so I wanted to share with you. Because one thing is to know how to approach that if it happens to you, how to keep your high standards and not go into that type of exchange for I don't know how long. Just to, at some point, this person needs to go out of your list of contacts, right? But the other side is it's another chance for self-reflection, because there might be reasons, on the other side, but it might be a reason within you, how you behaved in that exchange. Maybe something happened that let this other person realize it's not a good match, and they don't know how to say it nicely. But it also some of your reaction could have caused his pursuit to stop. So what could that be? I have to come back again to the topic of trauma, because many symptoms of the early trauma experience can be shown in a relationship, and especially in the stage of bonding, when we are not certain is it going to work or not, and if we were neglected or abused or judged in the past, and it created some kind of traumatic feeling in us, and if it developed a certain type of fear and any stamp on our self-esteem and or our self-identity, it will be shown in how we bond with other people. So we might be either too clingy, or not knowing where our boundaries for our self-respect and self-esteem, but also the boundaries in terms of letting others do their move as well. And because if we are uncertain about our self-esteem, we're going to be urged, to secure it. Like, oh no, now I have to know, is it this or that? It's like, please respond, and I would like to meet. Do you want to meet? And if other person receives all of that, they might think of you like there is either a huge neediness, which it's not very attractive, or there is a certain pressure which is not very appealing, and maybe there is not also self-respect, which might entice them to not show the respect to you as well. So I decided to talk about it because there is this temptation of looking onto the other side that is ghosting us as the guilty party, but there is a slight chance that if we have to call it a guilt, but maybe a reason for that undeveloped bond could have been split equally between the other person and us, or maybe even on us more, because we've done something to turn them off. And it's not necessarily because we are not attractive enough, or because we are not good catch, but because it might have shown our emotional insufficiencies, that we can take ownership of and heal it. And that might sound like an even better idea before starting any type of relationship, because if you have some kind of lack of self-love, or the self-esteem that is caused by a huge whole emotional wound from the past, that will appear in any type of relationship. If you find the perfect Mr. Right, or like the guy not worth of your time. And plus, when you have healed that part, you don't have the urge to develop any relationship, which makes you even more attractive, because that leaves the other person, that leaves them more room to pursue you, to show if they are willing to, go extra mile to get you, which is also nice, and especially dynamic between men and women, when a woman gives a man a little bit more space to show how far he wants to show the interest. And for guy it's good, because then he's also exercising his own creativity and masculine power, and then he feels like he achieved something by pursuing you, like after some time, not that you give yourself on a plate immediately. And for a woman it's also good, because she has the time to check this guy if he's really worth my time and attention. So this not neediness, not trying to get everything immediately, it is much helpful for the relationships, for developing relationships that are really more satisfactory and worth our time. But it is a result of our healed ego, which I always recommend. And how you can start doing it? By maybe observing again your emotions. I'm boring with this type of solutions and ways of tackling problems. It is always self-love and self-awareness. Yeah, all my clients are bored with me repeating that, but eventually they are very grateful when it starts working in their life. But so what we can do, we can start observing our emotions. If we are at the first stage of our relationship, whether it's going to turn out well or not, it's good to see what's happening inside me. Okay, I received this message like da da da, like, oh, am I just want to secure the next exchange or next date, or do I feel like I need to know where he's at, because my self-esteem is at stake. I won't be able to sleep if I don't know that. What does it tell me about myself if I do that, if I really feel I need it for that reason? So you see, again, observing and feeling yourself, what's happening inside, and being very honest with yourself. It's very important, because you don't need to lie to yourself. You're not going to show anywhere around if you don't want to how deep your neediness goes. But if you realize that, then you don't need to scare somebody off with that by your unconscious move, by your unconscious behavior. So observing your thoughts, and again taking care of yourself in a way that you know that you are covered, whether it's going to be successful or not. I will survive. I have my routine of self-love. I also have my friends to chat with, whether about this relationship or that is about every other aspect of my life. Because if the next date is all my world, it's certainly going to feel like that for everybody around. And as I said, it's not very attractive if you don't have your life. So create your life in a way that it's also very happy with or without the relationship. And if you have that, if you take care of yourself, if you also mind your emotions, and you're aware of what's behind your decision, what type of emotion, what type of needs, then nothing will surprise you and you will be able to make the best relationship choices.